Hello, and welcome to another build guide. In this guide, I will showcase a glass cannon build that is capable of dealing from 3000 to 7000 damage to the predator, depending on your aim. Caution: this build is not meant to tank the predator by any means, as it is a glass cannon build. Depending on the skill level of the predator and how good is his aim, you may or may not get away with soloing the predator with this build. Its primary purpose is to provide consistent, immense firepower to the fight team. However, it also relies on their protection as well to survive. As much as possible, stay under the cover of buildings if possible, or under stairs and bridges to avoid drawing fire. Your job with this build is to deal damage to the predator, not tank fire from the predator. So without further ado, let's begin. The class choice for this build is Assault, with the deadly specialization. We choose the Assault class because it gives 10% more damage with bullet-based weaponry and not necessarily the 25% less hip-fire spread. Now with the deadly specialization, we get an additional 10% more damage with assault rifles. With these two choices, we immediately have 20% additional damage if we use any assault rifle. It makes no other sense at all to use any other damage weapon other than assault rifle, so I can't see the logic of people wielding miniguns, bazookas or the RP-103 in that regard. Now if you have watched my previous guides, the only assault rifles I would recommend are the same. It will be the Hammerhead, followed by the Mercenary and lastly the Goslar assault rifles. As always, don't forget to use the extended magazine to prevent reloading often. Every second counts in combat, so the more shots you make on the predator, the more he is forced to use his resources such as stimpaks or pigs. You can also try aiming at the predator's mask if you find him standing still in order to damage or destroy it. Remember, damage accumulated to the predator's mask helps when you need to defuse the predator. Now we also use the PDL in this regard, to cut down search time on trees and rooftops. Remember, only fire the PDL sparingly and concisely, don't spam it all at once in one location or pre-deploy PDL sensors when the predator isn't even in the area. The PDL also acts as an area of denial weapon, as the predator will be discouraged to the sensor itself. It will also help guide noobs where to shoot the predator. Lastly, it can double as a visual decoy to distract the predator into thinking you are in an area when you're actually not. Once you are done with the mission in a certain area, you may consider deploying one PDL sensor to trick the predator into thinking you're there, then just mud up and run away from that area. For the gear selection, we choose Field Siret, Ammo Bag, in order to supply our PDL sensors, and Smoke Grenade. The PDL and Smoke Grenade have very good synergy with each other. You can cover your exfil with smoke and deploy PDL sensors. That way, the predator will be forced to use his vision from his mask. As long as you deploy PDL, if you threw in smoke grenades, your fire team will still be able to see the predator and fire at him conveniently. Hopefully, someone in your team has thermal decoy, which if deployed together with smoke, will render the predator completely blind to either using his mask or his normal vision. He also cannot aim his bow or plasma caster accurately. And now lastly, for perks, we choose Yorta's Bane for the additional 10% extra damage done to predators. This perk is extremely vital in making glass cannon builds such as this. This means that we do a total of 30% extra damage if we use assault rifles with this build. We get a whopping 30% additional damage per shot to our assault rifles, which quickly accumulates to a ton of damage as we keep firing to the predator. With the Yorta's Bane perk being mandatory, we only have 3 perk points to play with. I would recommend Quick Release and Fast Hands as it allows us to reload the PDL faster, reload our assault rifle faster, and most especially, Reload our grenade launcher from the assault rifle. Much faster. Fast hands allows us to swap quickly between assault rifle and PDL. Also, keep in mind Yorta's Bane perk also applies to our melee damage, especially when parrying. We also benefit a 10% increase in damage when parrying, which helps, and is just 5% less in damage increase compared to using the heavy hitter perk. Without further ado, let's move on to the demonstration of this build. This build does best when ambushing the predator from within a building or when hidden in plain sight. It is guaranteed the first clip of the hammerhead, assuming all shots hit the predator, will make the predator run away due to the immensely increased damage. Also, if you noticed, it takes less shots from the hammerhead to kill AI with this build. This allows you to save more bullets for the predator, or not have to hog ammo all the time.
What we're looking for should be in one of them.
Careful, careful. Careful. Shut up. You ain't got time. Brought extra rounds for you boys.
Plant charges and prepare to breach. They had the same idea we had. You've got inbound. Reinforcements are on the way.
That's the thumbs up.
Destroying the Predator's mask takes approximately only one clip of 40 rounds of the hammerhead, but I guarantee it will never need more than 1.5 clip, as long as you aim correctly. The mask should be destroyed within one clip.
This is the OWLF. You have found a classified anomaly that must be taken into our custody. Hold your position and protect the body at all costs. You will see that you are being rewarded for your services.
Get to the chopper! We need to get out of here. Get to the chopper! Look, we need to get out of here. Get to the chopper! We need to get out of here. Contact is using advanced camo.
Solid copy, Voodoo. Chopper inbound. Player spotted. Move in on the intruders.
When parrying the predator with full health, you need to time your parry correctly because you can't just spam the melee button all the time. You may get killed doing so, as this is a glass build with no damage reduction from the predator. If the predator is at least half health, then it may be viable to just spam the melee button when parrying, assuming you are in full health.
This is the OWLF.
Unknown contact is using camo.
Having a great aim helps lower the predator's flee bar when he triggers his second wind, which shortens the distance needed to chase him down. Applying smoke and PDL and exfil may help this build slightly, especially since this build is a slow build. All that's left needed is thermal decoy from another teammate to completely blind the predator. As this build is slow, don't expect to chase the predator with it. The best you can do is deal damage and make the predator flee. At all times, you are more likely to exfil rather than chase the predator in this scenario. This concludes the build guide. I hope you enjoy. Happy gaming.